One quick thing before we get on to the video. I made a mistake in this video that I have to correct. As you may have heard me say in the past, I am completely self-taught in geology. I have never had any formal training. And because of that, my knowledge base has some gaps, some things I don't know or I'm incorrect on. And in this video, I started calling a whole lot of areas where I was finding these garnets pegmatites. And, you know, as I was saying it throughout the video, I knew in the back of my head something was wrong. Pegmatites are igneous. These garnets were in metamorphics. I knew there was a mistake, but I kept saying it over and over and over again. So when I got home, I had to go back and do some research, and sure enough, I was mistaken. The garnets I was getting in this video were not in pegmatites, they were in metamorphic rocks. So, in this video, every time you hear me say pegmatite, realize I made a mistake. And it was actually just a zone in the metamorphics where the crystals grew much bigger. I am a firm believer that you should never stop learning in life. And here was another example of where I got a chance to learn something from a mistake I made. So the lesson you can take from this is never stop learning. Learn from your mistakes. Making mistakes is not a bad thing. It's just an opportunity to learn something new. Here's the video. Hope you enjoy. Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I'm back here standing over top of Harrison Lake. I was here 6 to 8 months ago checking out some placer garnets and looking for the hard rock source. I told you guys I would bring you back and show you the hard rock garnet claim I now have. I never got back here. I am now. So I'm gonna take you up there, show you all around, and show you these beautiful garnets in host rock. Wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy. Well, here I am on my hard rock garnet claim. The garnets here are all hosted in a schist. Careful how you say that word. It is a garnet schist combination where you have all these little garnets formed in this sort of breaking up mica schist. Now there are pegmatites around. That's areas that the crystals have grown much bigger because of the alteration of the rock. It has just the perfect heat and pressure and all that kind of stuff to make the crystals grow bigger. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those pegmatites in the schist that really show good size, beautiful crystals. Let's go show you what it looks like. So here is the schist. Yes, it is the schist. And the schist is just this broken up rock made of like a mica and other things as well. We call it typically a mica schist because it sort of glitters and glows when you move it around because mica reflects light nicely. Anyhow, it's a mica schist that is full, and I mean full, of garnets. Let's get the close-up camera to show you that. So here we are. Here is the schist. Yes, it is the schist. Full of little red garnets. Now at this site we have red garnets, we have brown garnets, we have some that are almost right black, and they go anywhere from about 1/8 of an inch up to about 3/8 of an inch. What we really want is the big ones. We want the big red ones if we can. There's a nice size big red one. And the garnets definitely form in zones. For instance, right there, that schist doesn't seem to have any garnet in it. Over here, you see a few, and then a whole lot of garnet right here. Whole lot of garnet. And then over there, we see some bigger garnets and some more red garnets. You have to find the right zones. And these pegmatites, these areas that host the big garnets, it just has the right situation when the rock is metamorphosizing. there's a good word, metamorphosizing, to actually create these pockets that show much bigger, fancier crystals. Unfortunately, it's starting to rain harder. I was hoping this rain was breaking. It's not. It's getting worse. Let's get to this before I get washed out. Unfortunately, this dreary day, the lighting is terrible today to really show off these red garnets. They look very dark and brown, but that's actually a beautiful red garnet. We just need sunlight on it, not rain. So I'm gonna just find some of these bigger ones here and bust them out, see what they look like. But my real job here today is to find some pieces of host with real nice big garnets in it that can have specimens of garnet on host. Let's just pop a couple of these out and see what they look like. Look at that. Again, I need far more light to make this look great, and those garnets need to be cleaned up some, but there we go. First little tiny specimen of garnet on host. There is a nice little specimen. Again, we really need sunlight to show you how much these red garnets glow and how transparent they are. But there's a nice little specimen of a garnet, a nice sized garnet on the host schist, with a bunch of little ones too. And a double. There's the specimen that I'm looking for. Nice one on the front, weathered out a little bit, but on the back, where I broke off a fresh break, fresh, clean, 2 or 3 garnets on the back. There's a nice big one right there. See if I can pry him out. Ah! I broke him. Oh, he was a really nice one, and I broke it. Gotta take more time. If I didn't have the camera in my hand, I probably could have got that one, and it was a beaut. See if I can get those out without trying to hold the camera. If I managed to get this one, it's great. Great specimen. 2 big ones in that. And I just managed to push in the screwdriver for another one. Another big, big garnet on host. I gotta take these home and clean them up. I've got a couple ideas how to clean those up to make great little specimen. Micro specimens, yes, they're small, but they will be a perfect addition to someone's collection. There's a great one. But let's get out the big chisel. See if we can get some bigger samples. There's a nice one. Well, there's two nice garnets. One there, but this guy's all the way loose. I'll make a perfect little specimen. Oh yeah, perfect. So I didn't know what to expect for extraction on these garnets. So I started small with just a little tiny screwdriver and a hammer and pulling off the, micro specimens, garnet on host. But I think I'm gonna take a step up and bring out the little battery powered chisel and see if I can maybe get some bigger pieces that have multiple garnets on one face. Okay, let's step this up a notch. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Whoa! Oh, that is definitely the best specimen yet. Look at that. There's gotta be 20 nice big exposed garnets on that surface. Nice. Let's see if we can wedge some more out of there. Little specimens. Nice garnets. 2 of them. That one just popped out of the stone completely free. Look at the perfect shape of that garnet crystal. I can't wait to get these things home and clean them up some more. This might be the biggest, gemmiest one yet today. Nice. So I brought the sprayer over. I just want to see if spraying the dust off the surface makes the garnets show up better. I can already tell it's going to. Okay, let me get the close-up so you can see this better. I was having a hard time sort of seeing where the garnets were because there's so much dust on the surface, but have a look at this when I put the water on it. Oh yeah. Washes the dust away, really exposes the garnet. Wow, that really shows what we've got properly. Look at those. I gotta get that specimen out of there. See if I can pry it out. It's somewhat loose. There we go. There's that one. I think the one above it is loose too. Yep. That is a great size and shape. Thought I'd check out the next little pegmatite zone and see if its garnets are any different. They do look slightly different. The schist comes off in layers more, with the garnet sort of right in the layers. Not quite as exposed as much. I'd have to see if, you know, sandblasting with walnuts or something like that, it could actually expose those better. But that's the kind of thing I have to do at home when I'm cleaning these up. One nice piece of it. Got her free. Just washed down this new section. Thought I'd give you a close-up of the garnets coming out of it. Definitely sort of a different type of schist hosting it here. A lot slimier. Kind of hides the garnets a bit more, but we'll see when it all cleans up. Look at that guy! Oh! I think he's free. He is. Oh, that's a garnet. They sure are pretty, weathered out of the rock like this. Look at this plate. Garnets, garnets everywhere. Found another thin little zone here that's just showing some beautiful, beautiful garnets. A little hard getting it out of this zone, but they are just amazing. And I got that beautiful section there, free. Garnets everywhere in it. And some of the best looking I've seen today. And right in behind that was another thin layer of gemmy garnets. I really gotta go and take some time and show you some of the rest of the areas around this claim, but I'm having way too much fun at this one. You get to the right spot in one of these zones, and the garnets just start coming out big, big, big. Well, I have a nice full bucket of specimens, everything from those micro specimens, one nice garnet with a little bit of host attached, right up to like that 10-pounder there with, I'm sure it has 100 garnets in it. A little bit of everything. And of course, like all the rest of my stones, I will have some up for sale or auction on my website, www.danhurdprospecting.com. Anyhow, let's go look at some of the other pegmatites and host areas of these garnets I have around this claim that I've identified so far. It's a big claim. I've only identified a small portion of it. Let's go look. So along this road cut, there are 3 distinct areas. 1, 2, 3. That are little seams of, you know, highly altered mica schist that has lots of garnets in it. But around the corner there are more. Let's go have a look. So these garnets are all being formed in an altered rock, a metamorphic rock that under heat and pressure has changed from its original igneous or sedimentary rock, I think igneous in this case, and is changed into something else. In this case, a mica and garnet schist. And there's also some kyanite here, black, not blue, unfortunately. And what we're really looking for is something like this, where the altered rock goes funky, goes crazy. It goes into what we might call a pegmatite, where the crystals start forming big. The conditions are just right that crystals start forming big. Pockets open up, fills in with quartz. It creates these bigger crystals, including bigger garnets. Let's get the close-up and show you what's in there, because that's fascinating. Now, unfortunately, these garnets are very, very tiny in here, but you can really see the pegmatite. You can see the different crystals that are forming nice and big all around there. You've got the quartz right above it. You've got that transition zone. You've got the kyanite crystals in there. The conditions were just right for crystals to form way down deep under high pressures and high heats, and we get these crazy deposits. Maybe I'll take one or two of these smaller pieces of this highly, highly altered material with the garnets, the quartz. I'm not entirely sure what the black is. The assays of here say it's kyanite, but I'm not sure that's not what I know as kyanite. That's probably because I'm more familiar with the gemmy blue kyanite. I don't know. Anyhow, these are really neat rocks. So let's take some of those home. The Tulgey wood. The fog is rolled in. I see extremely fresh, as in this morning, excavator tracks down this road. Hopefully that means they're building the road down farther. I love forestry companies building roads. It opens up so much new ground to check out. Now here is another highly altered zone here, and this one has created big garnets. Like these are up to a 1/4 inch, even bigger in this section here, and lots of them. Every rock is absolutely full. Unfortunately, these are all a dark brown to black garnet. They're not all that gemmy, not all that exciting, but I mean a lot of them. Now there are hundreds of big rocks like this around here. Well, let's give you some scale in there. There's a finger. So you can see that they're bigger. They're up to maybe a 1/4 inch across and fairly uniform in size. There's lots of them, but just not all that exciting. But I tell you, there's hundreds of these rocks. Every one of them the same. And you can see this chunk of bedrock here is again that same stuff. Just loaded in brown garnets. If you want brown garnets, you could get a few billion. More crazy, crazy, crazy altered rocks. We're coming up on another altered zone here, another pegmatite. This is created by hot fluids, most likely, pushing up, intruding into the host rock. And as it does, it deposits the quartz that you see here. You can see quartz over there in a big way. And then changes the rock beside where the hot fluids are going in into, you know, this craziness. Craziness, that's the technical term. That is also the same process that, you know, deposits gold in quartz veins and whatnot, is those hot fluids containing minerals like quartz, gold, iron, that kind of stuff, pushing into the rock, gets up to a certain height in the rock, a certain pressure, certain temperature, all that, and it starts depositing, starts coming out of solution and made into, you know, quartz, gold, iron, garnets, all these other things. Definitely looks like they're doing some work down here. Whew. I like it. This road did not go nearly this far in the spring when I was here. There could be new things to see. I left my truck unlocked way back there. That's not smart. I really expected to see a excavator parked down at the end of this road, but nope. Looks like they were in this morning before I got here, because it rained hard last night and their tracks have not been rained on. So they must have been up early doing some road work down here. I really hope they're planning to push this road through farther. What more could I find here? So walking down the rest of the road, I found lots more of those ho-hum garnets. A whole bunch more of those highly altered zones. Some really neat pegmatites, but yeah. There's one right there. Ooh. But no big red gemmy garnets. That's what I would really like to find. It rained heavy, heavy, heavy last night, and this stuff has not been rained on. So this excavator was here this morning. Anyhow. When I was prospecting this claim the first time around, that would be like 6-8 months ago now, I did lots of sampling. I sampled the little creek that goes down the edge of the road here. I sampled the roadbed itself. I panned some of the dirt from those brown garnet areas. I checked out a lot of different spots to see what I could find for those gemmy garnets. Right there was the only spot I found with red gemmy the first time around. And for my prospecting today, again, it was the only red gemmy spot. Though, I have only sort of explored 1/100th of this claim. There is so much more that could be out there. I have got a bucket full of material to take home, clean up, and post on my site for sale. And I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna drive down the hill to Big Silver River, to Garnet Beach, and do a little bit of gem sieving and show you what you can find that's been washed out of these hills. All of these hills are covered in garnets, washed out of the hills down into the main river. It's exciting. Oh, as Jeff would say, come on, let's go.
Found him. He wasn't there when I drove in this morning. He's definitely out doing some work today.
Digging the garnet gravels at Garnet Beach. Classifying the gravels at Garnet Beach. And filling the gem sieve with garnet gravels from Garnet Beach. Sifting the garnet gravels in a gem sieve at Garnet Beach. Draining the water from the garnet gravels at Garnet Beach. And here comes the flip. Garnets at Garnet Beach. And a absolute pile of garnets at Garnet Beach. And this is why they call it Garnet Beach. Gathering my garnets at Garnet Beach. Handful of garnets. And into the bucket they go. Flip number 2. Yeah, little circle of garnets. And flip number 3. And a bucket full of garnets from Garnet Beach. Absolutely love it here. Well, here I am, back where I started from, overlooking beautiful Harrison Lake. You cannot beat that view. Wow. Really hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please leave me that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I sure hope I've earned your subscription. And a big thanks to everyone for watching, especially my patrons. Because of the support of my patrons, I get to make these weekly episodes of Dan Hurd Prospecting. Hope you're all having an amazing day. And until the next video, Bye.